Hi guys, today I'm going to do BJD Addicts video prompt number 4, which I believe is doll characters and backstories. I want to say I'm doing this against my better judgment because I'm really tired right now, and it's really late and I just got home from work because I work all day, and so if I come off really exhausted, it's because I am. But I've been thinking about this prompt all day, and so I kind of wanted to do it. And also, since I have quite a few dolls, I'm actually going to split this prompt into 2 parts. And I'll do half my guys now and half later, because otherwise I think the video will get too long, and I want to be able to have time to actually talk about each of them. So I hope that's okay if I do this in 2 parts. And in this part 1, I will talk about my Dream of Doll Wee, my Dalmore Aiden, my Dream of Doll Tender Yen, and my Doll Zone Lang. I have them all sitting around here. I will say to start, in our house, the story kind of works as if my apartment is like a boarding house. So I don't do the, oh, they're my children. It's more like I'm their landlord and these are my tenants. So that's kind of how things work in our house. So yeah, we will start, and we will start with my number 1, with my Dream of Doll Wee, Gunther. Let's see. So, as a character, Gunther is 28 years old, and he's an attorney. He's a lawyer. And yeah, well, in our storyline, I'm the landlord. Goo is kind of like my co-landlord, and amongst the dolls, he has the final say on who can stay and who has to go. He's kind of the leader of the group, the leader of the pack. He's very stubborn and very strict, and he works a lot and doesn't play quite enough. And he can sometimes be kind of a stick in the mud, or boring. And his backstory is that he actually doesn't have a backstory. He just kind of appeared as he is, and so he doesn't have a past history or a family. So in our story, even though we have different branches and arcs to the storyline, it all kind of revolves around Goo and is basically built to give him a history and a family and a story. So really, everything is for Goo. He's very special like that. So this is really, it's Gunther's story. Because he's my first, and he's really special like that. So number 2 is Tachi, my Dalmore Aiden. I'm really tired right now. My Dalmore Aiden, Tachi. As a character, Tachi is also 28 years old. He's a martial arts instructor, but he currently doesn't have any students. Oops, so he's really poor. He's a really cheerful guy, and he's very friendly. He gets along really well with almost everyone in the house. He can be a total fanboy over the things he really likes. But yeah, he's the nice guy of the group. But he can be really protective of his friends, so don't mess with his friends, or he'll get mad. Tachi's story is that his family owns a dojo in southern Japan, and he's the only son of his family, so he's expected to take over the dojo someday. And because of that, his family's pressuring him into getting married and having children of his own, so that when he takes over, he can have an heir. and Tachi's fine with that. He wants to get married. He wants to have children and all that. Wow. But he wants to do it on his own terms and in his own time when he feels ready. So, as the story goes, he spent a long time studying English so that he could move to America and kind of get away from his family and the pressure they've been putting him on. And it was supposed to be temporary, but then he came and he ended up meeting Quincy, and like everything changed, and now he's not sure what he wants to do with his life. And then on top of that, we ended up moving him back to Japan anyways, so now he has to constantly be on the lookout and make sure his family doesn't find him and take him back to their dojo. So, sorry. Oops. Then the next one we'll talk about is my dream of doll, Tender Yen, Antonio. And of all my dolls, Antonio actually has the most extensive backstory, because last year I participated in the National Novel Writing Month 2012 project, and my story ended up being all about Antonio. So he's actually got a full-length novel about him out there on the internets. And so yeah, as a character in this incarnation, he is also 28 years old, and he is a stuck-up, arrogant snob. He's really full of himself. He thinks he's the greatest thing ever. He grew up very rich, so he's really used to getting his way. And since coming here, that hasn't changed. He still expects to get his way, and he throws little fits if he doesn't. His family is in the mafia, in the Dolly Mafia, and yeah, they sell illegal weapons on the black market, and so Antonio is actually kind of dangerous in our family. Just by being here, he puts everyone in a lot of danger, and he doesn't care. Like Tachi, Antonio's father is pressuring him really hard to get married and have an heir because they keep their family business in the family. But Antonio is absolutely against that idea because he is really, really gay. And he adamantly refuses to sleep with a woman, even if it's just to have a kid. And he got like really sick of the pressure and his father trying to tell him what to do, so he ended up leaving his family's estate and coming to our house, and he stays in contact with his family for business purposes, but doesn't really want anything to do with them outside of that. So that's how he came to our house. That's why he's here. Against our better judgment. And then the last one I'll talk about in this video is my Dollzone Lang, Quincy, whose arm just went backwards, really creepy-like. Quincy is our little weirdo. No, I mean, well, as a character, he's 29 years old, so he's a little bit older than the others. And he is a huge, giant nerd. He says his profession is a scholar, but we just call him a career student. He just likes learning about various things, and he really likes watching people and studying people, but because of that, people tend to find him creepy, and because, they don't like being watched. But really, he's just very quiet and very studious and creepy. Quincy is an exception in that nobody knows why he's here. Nobody really knows, what's going on with him. And he was meant to be mysterious, like that. But it's kind of off-putting sometimes with the other guys. And, well, the reason he's mysterious is because I'm lazy, and I never actually came up with a backstory for him until recently. And in fact, it was when I was writing my NaNoWriMo novel about Antonio's mafia family that I ended up coming up with an idea for Quincy's backstory. And it's that he might be a spy. So anyways, I'm really tired right now. I will end this video there, and I will talk about the rest of the guys. Don't fall. I'll talk about the rest of the guys later. And, yeah. So I'll end this here and see you in part 2. Catch you later.